How you doing? We're here with Ginger and Other Creations. I'm going to continue to stall a little bit because I'm hopeful that I'll be able to, with a little bit of time, get the Chester Drawers project all ready to show you when I'm done with the videos. So the whole thing will be assembled and everything needs to be varnished, and yeah, I haven't kind of done it yet, and I've only got 3 more projects left. But I'm gonna do a little distractor with the Zorn Palette today, so let's go paint! Now, do you remember that I said that I love the Zorn Palette? The only thing that's wrong with it is that it doesn't sparkle. Well, we have solved this problem, because I've got me some Pouring Masters Pearlescent Mixing Effects Medium. I also have some Sargent Art brand, but they stopped carrying that, it seems, or at least nowhere I could find it, and I wasn't going to track it down. So we're using a bit of both. But I have a Zorn palette that's got some sparklies in it, and I'm very happy to play around with it. What I'm going to do, I am going to do what I know to be an infinity pour. I'm going to take 1 cup and I'm going to pour it all out, get a base coat going, and then I am going to figure eight the 2nd cup and then stretch it out so that it gives some interesting ribbon effects. That is the plan. Let's see if that is the execution. So, like I say, I like the effects better when I pour and push rather than pour and pull along. Get the grubby stuff off of my board before it causes me trouble. And officially say goodbye to falling leaves. I'm going to pour out the side here. You'll get a different pattern because I poured in along the edge here, and there's a bit of a sweep. You get a different pattern if you pour out from this side or this side. And in theory, these sides, although they match more because the edges are similar. But I tend to like to pour from one of the edges. I'm going to get down in there and just kind of push it. Go nice and slowly. Must have caught the edge of the cup there as I was going. That's the only thing I can figure why that happened. This lets us start out with an interesting bunch of ketchup and mustard. I'm going to take the old cups and just kind of base coat, because these are ones that are left over from Zorn and from Fire Caves. They're thickened and they just kind of cause trouble the older they get. So they will work very well as a base coat flow extender. Difference between a base coat and a flow extender is that base coat would be underneath the whole thing. You put a base coat on very first, and it is spread evenly across the full of the piece, to where flow extender goes around the edge and just helps it move towards the edges. Let me just get in there and spread it. I want to make sure I get the edges pretty good, because I got this light blue violet going on. And that is not a part of the Zorn palette. And you can see that's a little bit problematic there. It's thicker. The yellow ochre that I just poured on here is thinner, and so it kind of wants to take over a little bit. And I don't want to actually lose the design too much. And so just favor that side for a second. We're gonna do our figure eights. Got a lot of that brick sort of color coming out there. Let's see, let's walk it around a little bit so that we try not to lose too much of what's going on here. Kiss it with fire. Pop some of those bubbles that are trying really hard anyway. pull stuff this way. Got that river trout thing going on. I'm just going to flip it around and do it that way. Let's do some walking. I'm going to let it push right over that drip thing. Okay, we are fully over that edge. Staying aware of the fact that I just dipped my hand into that when I put it down. I'm going to try to push back this way, see if we can stop this cup from dominating quite so much. There is not a lot of paint left on this canvas because it is not moving. See, we've got that little wibbly because the weight of the paint was out there. I am gonna flip it and hang it. Let's see what we can chase off the edge. look at it for a minute here. I am going to try to tilt it up on this edge. See if we can push this way. Because I wouldn't mind if some of this disappears. I think it is a nice little silver river. I think it's going to be sparkly when it dries. But in there right now, I don't know how big a fan I am of it. But I do like what's developing in here. And I want to see if I can encourage it to do it more. All right. Well, I don't know what I think just yet. Don't know what I think just yet. There are parts of it that I really love, and there are parts of it I am very skeptical of. Come in for a close-up. I am going to have to see it when the shiny is shiny. You can kind of tell where the sparkles are going to be, because like in the gray there, it looks like it's split, which is an interesting effect. And we've got a bunch of colors, stretched over colors going on. A little bit of lininess. I got some of the chaos I was looking for. I think partially I probably should have done a lot thinner ribbons. Maybe poured it a bit more carefully, I don't know. Sometimes I love them, sometimes I hate them, sometimes I just don't know what to think. We will see when it is dry. Weird little puddle of ketchup and mustard we got going on here. Yeah, I got a favorite right here. And right there. Stay tuned for the result. Here we have yet another one. I don't really know what I think of. I don't even know what to call it. I'll slap a title on it by the time it comes out, but there isn't one on it now, even though it's all done and dry. Let's go in for a close-up. Now, if you can see, I am very meh on that pearlescent pouring medium because it has just kind of split and set up on the top. It kind of just looks like you put glitter in the thing, which you did, but you know, it doesn't have to look that way, right? It really doesn't. It's a fairly coarse mica powder. I mean, at least I know now. But my biggest problem is I got a lot of that, like, yellow ochre with 2 measures of black in it that gives this brown. I got a lot of that brown that I don't like, that greeny brown. Ugh. I am not a fan. So I'm kind of meh on the pearl. And I'm definitely meh on the brown. I don't know how I feel about the piece overall. It looks better in certain lighting conditions. And no, I'm not saying, oh yeah, it looks great if you look at it in the dark. But, you know, the darker it is, maybe the better it looks. I don't know. There's a really good chance that I'm going to paint over this one too, even though that's 2 strikes against this one. Welcome to my nightmare. Thanks for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe, and we'll see you next Sunday. Bye-bye.